In the criminal justice system, the people,
Pimps, addicts, thieves, bums, winos, girls who can't keep an address, and men who don't care.
are represented by two separate yet equally important groups.
A cop, a flatfoot, a bull, a dick, John Law. You're the fuzz, the heat, you're poison, you're trouble, you're bad news.
These are their stories.
Wells Fargo firing more than a dozen workers. Allegations that the employees were faking work activity on their computers.
I'm working here. Look away.
The bank getting rid of the workers after investigating claims of simulation of keyboard activity, creating the impression of active work.
What?
How weird that they monitor people's keyboard anyway. Like, can't
They
you
do this
see
in a lot
that,
of places.
I mean, can't you see the thing has been done? That there's, accounts have been edited or whatever they're doing. Data has been input. No?
They increasingly look at what you're doing, keyboard strokes. There's even a minimum number of keyboard strokes in some of these newsrooms. My friend works at Bloomberg, says that it's crazy. It's like they are looking at your computer all the time, and now they have AI to do it. So according to this filing, the terminations were reported in disclosures filed with the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, again, because this is Wells Fargo, and they oversee broker-dealer organizations in the U.S. Wells Fargo holds employees to the highest standards, goes the release, and does not tolerate unethical behavior. The workers were all in the Wealth and Investment Management Division of Wells Fargo. Many employees remain remote or in hybrid roles following the pandemic. At the same time, some workers turn to strategies such as, quote, mouse movers or mouse jigglers to trick activity tracking software used by their employers. These devices, which cost about $20 each, keep cursors jiggling on screen in a way that mimics mouse movement, making it appear that a worker is active at their computer and working when they're not.
This is crazy.
I love it.
Ooh, it's a wild idea, but it just might work.
I guess it was working for a while.
Why can't people just do their job?
There are also devices that automatically press keyboard keys, mimicking the act of typing. Those cost slightly more. Those of you who are curious, they're about $60 each. Employers, though, are increasingly turning to what they call bossware to monitor their workers. And according to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the most common type of bossware can log the applications and websites used by workers and also record input from a worker's keyboard and mouse and monitor activity that way. So it's kind of spy versus spy. Everybody's going up against each other. And workers can check their devices for whether bossware programs are loaded into their systems. But it's unclear whether the Wells Fargo employees were using mouse movers or faking work at home or at the office. It's unclear how they were faking it, but they were faking it. And now they are fired. And so they fired again more than a dozen workers doing all of this, and it's
Sayonara, sucker!
Yeah, they got rid of the. Wells Fargo's already had a lot of trouble. With shall we say malfeasance of their own. They don't need it inside. Maryland's governor is going to pardon 175,000 marijuana convicted.
Where are my weed smokers at?
Yeah, people who are convicted of smoking the weed or having the weed or dealing the weed. It's a blanket pardon by Governor Wes Moore. It's among the country's most far-reaching. It'll forgive decades of low-level marijuana possession charges for an estimated 100,000 people. I say right on. It's the most sweeping act of clemency involving a drug now in widespread recreational use. As I say, it will forgive the low-level marijuana possession charges. And he called the scope of his pardons, quote, the most far-reaching and aggressive executive action among officials nationwide. To me, big, big news. And finally, this is bizarre. The Kansas City Chiefs' Isaiah Buggs is arrested. He's arrested in Alabama on a burglary charge. He's already facing separate misdemeanor animal cruelty charges. So the cops have been called to his residence, found 2 malnourished dogs. It's pretty brutal. I was reading this piece yesterday, and the condition of these dogs reflects neglect and worse.
So this isn't like a Michael Vick thing.
It might be Michael Vick adjacent.
Okay.
Yeah. He's on a 12-hour domestic violence hold. He was released. And so he's had some stuff going on. And as I say, he's facing these misdemeanor animal cruelty charges as well. So this latest situation with him involved in a robbery is something that he vehemently denies through his attorney. But we will have to see. Yeah. The situation with the teammates is everybody's pretty mum on the whole thing. But that's the latest word out of the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, Isaiah Buggs arrested in Alabama on burglary charges. That is law and disorder.
Tune in again next time for more Law and Disorder on The Mark Thompson Show.
All right, that's it. Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.